How the Instagram algorithm actually works in 2026 and forward. What really gets you reach based on what's actually working across 11 of my own Instagram pages, 2 million plus followers, and many of my clients' pages. The first thing most people get wrong. It's not one algorithm, it's several for different surfaces. The Explore reaches people you have never heard of. Search increasingly works like a content first search engine. Feed and stories rank mainly by relationship signals who you interact with. And of course, in terms of stories, you mainly just reach your own followers. Very rarely you reach somebody who does not follow you with a story. What Explore actually rewards? Free signals in 2026 carry the most weight. Likes barely factor in. 95% video completion rate, right? That's the most important thing. The longer people stay on your video and the more people finish it completely, the more it gets pushed out. Now, to be fair, don't just start now creating 2-second videos. It does not help. The algorithm has been already fixed about that. You need valuable content, right? That people really want to finish, and value comes in many different shapes and forms, right? It can also be entertainment. And if you do this really, really well, and your videos get finished by the most of the viewers or at a really decent percentage, right? Usually even 30% is a pretty decent rate. That video will get pushed out a lot more than a video that just has 10% or 5% of the people that actually see it finish it. Then the 5+ seconds lingering on an image, right? So if somebody stays on your image post for more than 5 seconds, that's a very positive signal that almost nobody tells you about for the algorithm. I have seen this optimizing around this to work really, really well. And that's why you see a lot of carousel posts to work well right now. And of course, also what has been really, really powerful this year is if people follow you after viewing your content, right? That's another really, really positive signal. On top of that, saves and DM shares beat likes and comments by a lot. Why? Because everyone has been using the comments. Everyone has been telling you, hey, comment this keyword below. And the algorithm started seeing comments a little bit more like a sales pitch, right? Because almost everyone started doing that. Now, if you get a lot of saves, it shows the algorithm your video is really, really valuable. If you get a lot of DM shares, it means it was also really valuable because the person seeing it wanted to share it with somebody else or actually save it for them later in a DM chat, right? Yeah. And saves also tell the algorithm that your content solved a problem worth returning to, right? The DM share is the strongest trust signal on the platform right now, a real personal recommendation. Now, of course, that does not mean that comments and likes are that. If you get a lot of comments or a lot of likes at a way higher ratio than usually, you will most likely still get more reach, right? But if you optimize around saves and DM shares, you will win way more reach than if you optimize around likes and comments. Now, that doesn't mean that that kind of content will win on the monetization side, though, to be clear. But that's a whole other topic. Search is a different game entirely. Instagram search and the Instagram AI reads captions, on-screen text, even your voiceover. Not just hashtags or account names anymore. Hashtags really don't matter. What matters is that your caption tells the algorithm really, really well what your content is about. So that the algorithm knows exactly who to target, who has been interacting with content that was about similar things, or maybe even quite identical, but yours is even better, right? Gets better signals. Then they will be shown that content piece of yours. If your captions don't include the actual phrases your audience types into the search bar, you are invisible to a growing share of discovery, regardless of how good the content itself is, right? Nobody looks on hashtag ranking pages anymore. Now, the compounding factor. Consistency builds topical authority. 3 to 5 times a week focused is the bare minimum. Now, it also beats posting more often with scattered topics, right? If you post daily, it's better than 3 to 5 times a week. But if your quality is higher, if you just post 3 to 5 times a week, that's way better. The algorithm does not reward as much the volume anymore. It rewards high quality, right? As I said, saves shares. So you really want to factor in that and you want to focus way more on content scripting, content research than you actually just do on creation. Accounts that consistently post focused on topic content develop topical authority and the algorithm learns what you're about and starts routing relevant searches and explore placements your way. Now, want to see how I structure content around these signals and all the systems and processes that made me close to 2 million online? Check the link in the description for my $17 blueprint, and you can get the exact blueprint to start growing on IG. Want more proof? Check the training video linked on the end card. Farther along, book a meeting with the correct link in the description for direct help if you're ready to make a bigger investment, so I can help you directly and guarantee you results. Choose your next step now. Don't waste months like I did before.